If you're someone who is offended by someone having boundaries, I suggest that you click right off of this video. Hey everyone, Carmen here. As you might have noticed, today's topic is going to be on the subject of boundaries, and in particular, boundaries that I am going to be putting up, and especially online. This video is going to be divided into 3 parts. Things I won't tolerate, things I won't condone, and then behavior to expect from me. I'm going to add a little bit of a side note / disclaimer before I carry on with this video. By no means am I saying that you should be dismissive of the issues that are going on around you, but also don't allow the masses to dictate how you present yourself or how you behave. I don't think that this is going to be a long video, but if you'd like, you're definitely more than welcome to get yourself a tea or a coffee. The first point that I'm going to talk about is things that I won't tolerate, and especially regarding online. The first one is accountability culture or cancel culture. Now, this first one is fairly self-explanatory. Even though accountability culture and cancel culture have their place, I do feel that at times, sometimes even a lot of the time, it can become toxic. The next point is trolls or bullying. Again, this is something that is pretty self-explanatory. The third point is online culture expecting me to act or be a certain way to be viewed as good or on the right side of history. If I happen to come across any of this sort of behavior online on my profiles or anything like that, you will probably most likely get an immediate block from me. Again, these are the sort of things that I won't tolerate. Now onto the things that I don't condone. The first one is hate speech. The second one is trolling, bullying, or ganging up on an individual. The third one basically applies to me, but it's also something that I also just want to mention to the audience. Allowing the masses to dictate what I say or do, or what I don't say or do. Again, I feel that the masses shouldn't dictate what a person says or does, or what they don't say or don't do. Now onto the third point, which is what behavior to expect from me. And I'm going to be summing this up in 2 words. Being grey. One side note I want to make before carrying on with this particular point is that there is going to be another video on this particular topic of being grey, and that video is most likely going to be going up next week. The first thing I'm going to mention is that I'm not here to be liked or to people please. The second thing I'm going to mention is that I'm going to say or do things that people don't necessarily agree with. Third point, I'm not someone who goes and panders to the masses. I do happen to have my own moral compass and value system. Offline, I contribute in my own way to the community. I'm involved in animal welfare, and I have also recently gotten involved in a community / service-based group. To end off this video, the last thing that I'm going to say is that some might say that I am more in line with the older generation, despite being born in 1988. And I'm okay with anyone who makes that assumption or who comes to that conclusion. Again, for me, boundaries are not necessarily a bad thing. Some people might view boundaries as a bad thing because they're scared of how the public might view them. Last time I'm going to state this, boundaries are not a bad thing. You as a person are allowed to have boundaries, even boundaries in the online world. Some people might not like the fact that I have boundaries, but nonetheless, I still plan on having them, especially in the online world. That brings me to the end of today's discussion. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Though again, take note of the things that I mentioned in the first point of things that I won't tolerate. So keep the comments decent. I'll definitely be checking you guys in the next video. Cheers.